Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, January 8th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, Misty, AMZY, and that's it. All right. So who had trades yesterday? NVDY had a trade, AMZY had a trade, CONY had a trade, and Misty had a trade. So everybody had a freaking trade except TSLY. So, yeah. Anyway, let's look at, let's look at NVDY first. So what did they do? What do they got going on? BC by the close. Again, we go right to that. 10 cents. Okay, so they closed out their position that expired this Friday. They closed it out early. They paid 10 cents. And they opened a new position, not for this week, for next week. You could see on the SS right above it, short sale. They sold a call. They chose a 147 strike, which is obviously much lower than the old strike. So they rolled the strike down and the expiration out. And they got a 205 credit, okay? And then, obviously, yes, credit call spreads, of course, blah, 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 blah. And then what else did they do? BC by the close, the 155, 11 cents. Okay, open a new position. All right. So let's go to the spreadsheet. Real quick, too, I'm working on this YieldMax versus Yield Boost. Is anyone having trouble? Like, I'm not pulling Yield Boost numbers yet. Like TSLY, the numbers don't come up. MSTY, NVDY. I don't know what's going on. I know newer funds sometimes take a while, but maybe there's a problem. I have no idea, but I don't know if anyone tried the Google Sheets for the to pull the price for the yield boost funds. But anyway, let's move on. So here's NVDY. All right, what's up, NVDY? Here we go. NVIDIA went down yesterday, 6.63%. And yeah, that big change, right? Big flip from the other day. NVIDIA went down 5.23%. So yeah, I mean, obviously we're capped on the upside, but when they go down, when the underlying goes down, we typically do not go down as far. And as you can see, we beat the underlying by approximately 1.4%. So that's good. Now let's look at where we stand, though. So right now we have three synthetics, a 127, a 138, and a 148. NVIDIA is currently priced at 140. So we're above two of the three synthetics. So that's a good thing. Again, it all depends, too, like the number of shares, contracts, etc. Which one's the greatest? Unfortunately, the greatest one is the highest strike price. But regardless, we have two out of the three, which is still good. Now, as far as the calls, if you see here, they do have a position that expires this Friday, the 10th, and now the new position that expires next Friday, the 17th. So if we take a look at that, let's see where we stand. So we have 26,018 contracts, 148 strike price. That is 5.61% out of the money. That's for this Friday. Is that safe? I don't know. We'll see. It looks to be in a good spot. Then we have 77,172 contracts, 147 strike price, which is actually lower than this week's strike price. And that's 4.9% out of the money. Is that safe? Probably not. But again, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Is it far enough out of the money, though, that we think we're good? Is it ever? Again, the market's been nuts, so it's hard to really time anything here. Now, I added something here. So we have the synthetic bailout money, right? In this particular fund, our synthetic net is 24.2 mil, so it's worth money. So now I added per share how much it's worth. So it's worth 38 cents per share. Not sure why I never added that before, by the way. And then we have the call spread, like the weeklies. Those, obviously, they're always going to cost money to close. It's just a matter of how much. So right now they cost about 15 cents, per share to close. So in the end, like between the synthetic and the weeklies, net them all together, it's worth, we're in the positive 22 cents. So that's a good thing. The net asset value of TSLY fund is 1.4 billion. The NAV is 22.90 and the trade price is 22.93. The recap for NVDY is NVIDIA's 30-day IV is 45.26%. The IV estimate, which again, that's based on the 30-day IV, because they always say, YieldMax always says, they try to yield typically what the IV is. So if we're going to do a quick guesstimate, right, not using any data really, just the IV, you take the IV, you multiply it by the NVIDIA price, and then you divide it by 13 payments per year. Make sense? All right, then that would come to 80 cents. That's where we get that IV estimate. Group B declares in 21 days, January 29th. Okay? What the heck? Got the heater going. It's much better with a heater. Shouldn't have waited so long, right? Anyway, up next is AMZY. They had a trade. Of course they did. Everyone had a freaking trade except TSLY. But what did they do? All right, what do we got? BC buy to close. All right, they closed their position 11 cents. All right, 232.50. They closed. It expired this Friday. Obviously 11 cents. Yes, that's a win, of course. And then they opened a new position for next week's expiration, 117. They got a 199 credit. On the top part, the top four items, that's a buy call, sell put, sell call, buy call. That's adding to their synthetic position, 300 contracts, and using those 300 contracts right away. So again, we'll take a look, see what the damage looks like. So yesterday in the crazy market, Amazon went down 2.48%. AMZY went down pretty much almost the same, 2.31%. So yeah, not a great day for AMZY. But their synthetic is currently at 210. Amazon's at 222.11. So again, their synthetic has been in a good spot. And they're still in a good spot. So that's good. Now, if you see here in blues, this call credit spread, it now expires on the 17th of January. So they got nothing going on this week now. So AMZY fund manager can take the rest of the week off. Markets close tomorrow. We know that. So might as well take a long weekend, right? I would. Anyway, 12,345 contracts, 227.50. Strike price, 2.43% out of the money. And then they got the call credit spread, of course. Not worth mentioning at this moment. So as far as their synthetic, now that we have, the per share value, for AMZY, their synthetic, you could see, it's worth 16.5 mil. But for AMZY, that's a lot because you can tell, see, 115 per share it's actually worth. So that's pretty good. And then the call, the call credit spread, it's worth 12 cents, right? Or would cost 12 cents to close. So right now, the value of all of their options trades, they're in the positive $1.03. So that's a good thing. Now, market value. Obviously, this, we total the value of the fund. This fund is, totals to be 274 mil. And you divide that by the outstanding shares, you get the NAV. The NAV is 19, and then you get the closing trade price from the day before. It's 19.02, 2 cent difference. And then we got the recap. Here's the recap. Amazon 30-day IV, 36%. IV estimate, 54 cents. Group D declares on January 15th, next week, 7 days away. So are you excited? Are you ready? All right. Up next is CONY. CONY had trades. Let me go back again. Love going back and forth. All right. What the heck did they do? Just enough to make you, make it annoying. But anyway, we don't cover them in detail like we used to, but we'll just go through it. All right. BC by the close, 57 cents. BC by the close, 66 cents. BC by the close, 63 cents. And guys, the closeouts that they did Monday, way too early, and I know that. And I'll get into that when I cover Misty. Don't worry. I know they did some on the 3 that we cover. We don't cover it in as much detail, but yeah, they closed out positions way too early. That's a given, and it was dumb, in my opinion. Anyway, the BC bought it closed. They won these trades. All right, did they just open them from the day prior? I don't know. I can't tell based on what I'm looking at, but regardless, they won the trades that were existing there. They closed them out already on the Tuesday. They still have today and Friday, though. So they're going to sell calls into the next week, January 17th. And we'll see how it goes based on the new positions. But let's just get into the spreadsheet. Okay. So coin, like the rest of the freaking market, mostly, went down yesterday. I don't even know why. Honestly, I didn't get a chance to check. But it doesn't matter. Coin went down 8.86%. CONY went down 6.91%. All right? So what do we got? CONY. They're synthetic. They have 3 synthetics. They've had 3 synthetics forever. Ever. They have a 280, a 300, and a 320. And they're not doing well. You see the pink negatives? That's not good, right? Pushing our total net assets down. And then you have the orange, right? The orange ones, they're not worth even close to the pinks. So you know what? You take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's traveling, friend indeed. So, what does that mean? Oh, she's a gold digger. Yeah, man, we got gold diggers here. We got them. How many? 1, a 2, a 3, a 3. So 3 freaking gold diggers. We can't see. I mean, enough with this freaking synthetic. This 3 synthetic game. We're getting killed here. But yeah, they expire in the future, 2/21. So we still have time. But will we recover? Who the heck knows? Anyway, let's go into the calls. How many expire this week? The top 2 expire this week, and then the bottom 3 are for next week. So it looks like they split up. For the next week, they sold 2 calls, and they have one buy call. All right, so first for this week, let's see what we got. Let me get the proper Zoom percentage for you guys. Come on here. All right, so we got 19,565 contracts, 292.50 strike price, 10.66% out of the money. That is for this Friday. That should be good. 2 trading days? Never know. But anyway, for next week, 5,000 contracts, 287.50 strike price, 8.77% out of the money. 17,340 contracts, 290 strike price, 9.71% out of the money. So obviously, yeah, they closed out the other position. There was a higher strike, and they moved the strike down for next week. We'll see if that was a smart play or if they should have let it ride out for the week. We don't know. We shall see. Now, we sang Gold Digger. So what does that mean? We got to see what this disaster is. All right, the synthetic, negative 152, right? The other synthetics you saw, they're positive. They're worth money. This is not worth money. In fact, it's pushing this is negative. It's worth negative $1.82 per share. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But obviously, we do have to call credit spreads. Right now, they'd cost 11 cents to close. So yeah, we shall see. Is that right? 11 cents to close? I guess so. We'll check it later. All right, the value of the CONY fund, the total net asset value is barely $1 billion. The NAV is 1262. Yeah, that's right, 12. I said 12. Why is it 12? It's ex-dividend date because look at yesterday's close price, 1346. So 1346 minus the actual NAV reflects today's NAV. The difference is 84 cents, which is basically the distribution plus or minus, whatever differences that they have. I forget the exact distribution, but I did that video yesterday, the announcements. I'll try to pin it to the top of the comments if I remember. The recap for CONY is coins 30-day IV, pretty nice, 74%. IV estimate for CONY, 77 cents. Group C declares on February 5th in 28 days. How's that? Is that good? Again, they just declared, so that's why it's exactly, 28 days away. Because actually yesterday was declaration date, the Tuesday. So this should be, yes, 29, okay, because it goes back to the Wednesday. All right, so that's the big three, right? The big three, not really the big three, but the three. Now we go to the big two. So we know Misty how to trade. So let's talk about Misty, all right? We have to go back. Oh, no, not back, to the end. Here we go. So here's Misty. What does that look like? BC by the close, $1.31. Not that cheap, but again, you could tell they won because they always make a lot of money on the original positions. So they closed out. Guess what, guys? Interesting. They're changing it up a little. They closed out their position for this week, and they opened the new position for next week. But if you look, the new position, it just has an SS. There's no B. There's no B. There's no but buddy. Right? What does that mean? No call credit spread. No bear credit call spread. They're just selling a call. Like the good old days, man. Don't you miss the good old days? They're selling a $3.95 all by myself. All right. You guys are going to kill me for all this singing. But, and I shouldn't be this happy. I have to drive to the freaking office today. Ugh. All right, the other one, BC bought a close, 47.50. Yeah, they closed that one. And guess what? They sold a call, $3.95. Same strike, unfortunately. They didn't scatter-de-do. Not sure why. They could have. Even $1 or something. But same thing. No credit call spread, no call credit spread, no bear call credit spread, no nothing. Just selling calls. Oh, man. All right, let's go take a look at this. All right. So, here we go. We got the synthetic. What's going on with that? Nothing. It's just chilling. 51,990 contracts. Just chilling. It's still doing good, though. Look at it. 8.39%. MSTR is above the current strike. It expires in 45 days. It's worth money. We don't got to worry about that. Now, how did MSTR do yesterday? Well, look at this, guys. Let's take a look. The day before, on Monday, MSTR went up 11.61%. And you know what happened? The Misty fund manager, he closed the positions that expired on Friday early. Why did he close them early? I believe to capture, whatever they had on the call credit spread to open a new position, for the same week. But should they have done that? Well, let's look at what happened yesterday. MSTR went back down, essentially, almost a full freaking amount. It went down 9.93%. So, no, they should not have done that. It was way, way, way too early. Easier to say that now, of course, now that we have the data. But, again, we have weekly trades, right? They're weekly. We're not day traders here. So why would we close out the position after, 1 day into the week because of a massive gain? But anyway, for yesterday, MSTR went down 9.93%. MSTY went down 8.19%. Now, I just, not to dig a deeper, not to, live in the past here, but anything in gray we previously covered, right? So if you look at the 110s that we shaded, right, those, I don't even know which ones they were, but obviously, you can see like the 2243, the 2525, 2410. Look at those current strikes. They're out of the money now, right? All of them are out of the money. So they did not have to close them out early. They did not. Luckily, they did not close everything out early. But again, closing out early because of the credit call spread. Like if we didn't have the credit call spread, they wouldn't have done that. Because they would just sell a call. It's on its own. They're going to let it play out. Since they had the credit call spread, they thought, okay, let's make money, while we can. I don't want the credit call spread changing how they play the game. Like, sometimes you need patience. Sometimes you need to let the week play out. And this is an example of that. So, I don't know, man. It's kind of annoying. But anyway, first, actually, I'm going to go from the top because there's so much crap here. So we have what? Up here, we have all 372.50 still just hanging out. These are 9.1% out of the money. Again, I believe all of the trades, nearly all of the trades, I don't remember which, some of them could be in the money still, but all of the trades are probably out of the money. So if they did nothing on the Monday night on closing, we'd be looking pretty. But again, today it could get blown through, right? I don't know. But anyway, let's continue. How many contracts? What? About 10,000 contracts, 372.50 strike price, 9.1% out of the money. All right, let's move on. What else we got? We got 13,000 contracts, 395 strike price, 15.69% out of the money. Then we got about 19,108 contracts, 385 strike price, 12.76% out of the money. All of these expire Friday, by the way. Okay, now here's what they did for this week, or yesterday's trades. They closed out the 410. They paid $1.31. Okay, that's a win, right? That's a win. They just opened that, though, guys. They just opened that yesterday. So that's a quick profit. But again, they opened it, and they technically didn't have to, but whatever. The 4,100 contracts, they had a 407.50 strike price. They closed that one for $1.30, so that was a win. So they got some wins yesterday, but obviously the damage was done the day before. Now, here's the interesting part. Now, maybe they're thinking, I don't trust myself with credit call spreads because they made me close early. So let me go back to selling calls. So what did they do? 5,805, 4,100, 9,905 contracts, 395 strike price, 15.69% out of the money. I like that. What do you think? I like it. That expires next week, though. I mean, so that's for 7 trading days. Is that enough? Well, let's see the IV. Not the IV, the annualized yield, 85%, 82%. It's conservative. It's lower than the 104% IV. So, again, it's good to see that they're not just doing credit call spreads on every single thing. In fact, we saw it kind of burnt them because I think it made them force a decision that they kind of regret. But whatever, man, whatever. So the good part about this is we didn't have to buy a call. We didn't have to pay an additional expense to buy a call, right? So, and which helped us. We didn't have to choose a lower strike, to earn more premium in order to afford that call. So now we have a little more wiggle room, 15% out of the money for next week, which is a pretty good spot. Again, I wish it was a little higher. I mean, the IV is 104%. I feel like could have got better price than that, but hey, it is what it is. 15% out of the money, so we'll see how that goes. All right, as far as outstanding shares, still freaking growing. Another million. That's a 1.68% increase. All right, so here's the recap for MSTY, 30-day IV, 104%. Outstanding shares, 62 million. Total net income, no, not so much. They lost 4.1 mil. All right, they lost 4.1 mil. Reaction, you damn right it's too soon. Too soon. All right, anyway, Group D, they declare next week. So get ready. This Sunday, we will announce what they will guesstimate, what the guesstimate will be. What will they pay? Unfortunately, I really don't have any data to go by because synthetic income, no, it's all lost. They lost money. They paid money for their synthetic. And then the short call income, no, it's a loss because yesterday they got their asses handed to them. So, and it turns out for nothing, which hurts even more. So we can't use the freaking Rotomator. We have to use the IV, which is lame-o, right? The IV is 105%. Okay, guesstimate 235. Yay. But our last distribution was 308. So 235, yeah, that's a freaking letdown. So, but it's going to be a letdown. Sorry, guys. I'm just telling you now it is. So holding information for MSTY. What do we got? Well, no gold digger here, at least. But we do got calls for what next week and next week on the bottom, and then the rest of the blob, the 6 on the top, is for this week. So we'll see how that all plays out. Synthetic bell. Oh, I didn't put the per share. Doesn't really matter though. But I could just show you what I did. So obviously our synthetic on MSTY is worth 147.7 mil. So what I did on the other, I went like this. I went, okay, take the synthetic, you divide it by the number of outstanding shares. So this is how much it's worth per each share, right? So you do that, and then you get 238. Okay, I'll fix the formula later. But so yeah, that's worth 238. And then you copy that and you put that down here. And then it shows the weeklies. It would cost 25 cents per share to close. Not a lot at all. So if you net the two, they closed everything out, did the synthetic bailout, 213 per share. Now that's good, right? So that would be what it would increase, like on the payment side, the payment tab, how much it would increase. I know it's not enough. It's not like $5, $6, but hey, it's better than nothing. We just had a really red day. So, all right, the total net assets for Misty, 1.8 bill. The NAV is 29.18. The trade price is 29.15, 3-cent gap, if you care. All right, TSLY's up. What do we got, TSLY? TSLY. All right, no trades. 480 synthetic. How's it doing? Well, not good. Not good at all, man. Not good. Not, in fact, ew. Look at Tesla, 394. Oh my, that's bad. The strike is 480, 17% away. 45 days till expiration, though. So, oof, it's gonna be rough. All right, here we go. What do we got? So yesterday, actually, let's see what Monday was for Tesla. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Monday wasn't really that great a day. It just, I think, was it the Fed do something? But anyway, Tesla went down 4.06%. TSLY went down 3.51%. So not a great day. Terrible day, right? Terrible. Unless you're selling puts, of course, then it's great. But let's take a look. What do we got? All right. Anything in gray, what does it mean? It means we covered it previously. So we ignore the gray. Now, what do we got? We got from the top 1,500 contracts, 415 strike price, expires this Friday, 5.23% out of the money. All right, looks good. 8,000 contracts, 422.50 strike price, 7.14% out of the money. How's that look? Pretty good. And then they got what? The next two are 425, so that's about 18,000 or so contracts, 425 strike price, 7.77% out of the money. Again, all of these expire this week, this coming Friday. So we have today and we have Friday. So we have 2 trading days. Again, the market is closed on Thursday. All right. Outstanding shares. Massive increase. I mean, the day prior, 1.4 million gone. The day after, 1.7 million up. Increase. So, yeah. Someone wrote a comment, why are they creating new shares? Well, they have to. Right? People are interested. They want to buy into the fund. They have to add creation units, which is, I believe, like 25,000 shares per unit, so they can make it available, to more and more people. So we're just buying. They'll add shares as needed as there is interest. 30-day IV, 70%. Outstanding shares, 81.4 mil. Total net income, no. It's a loss. The weeklies are a loser. Sir. 14.1 million loser. What a loser. I'm sorry. So sorry. Because why? Well, again, they closed out some trades too, right? This is what, the 900? That one doesn't look that bad. Here we go. Like these. What? Ooh, damn. 22, 21. Are these out of the money now? Yeah. 1% out of the money, 1% out of the money. Again, these are the trades they closed early. Why? Because the credit card spread. Shouldn't have closed them out. After one freaking day. That is why they are sorry, even though they're probably not, but they should be. It looks ugly. Anyway, Group A declares in 14 days, January 22nd. All right, payment information, again, useless. They do have synthetic income, 10.4 mil, but the weeklies, they lost their shirt. So let's just move on right to the IV. The IV is 70%. IV estimate based on that is 80 cents, okay? 80 cents, obviously under the dollar that we're expecting. So expect under $1 for TSLY. We got under $1 for CONY. Don't act like you're surprised. It's not a surprise. So TSLY, guess what? It's gonna be under $1. Don't act surprised. It's gonna happen. If they don't do well, they can't pay us. It is what it is. Things are just not working out. The market's been blah, 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 blah. All right, so what do we got here? We got yeah, man, we got a bad one. We got a real gold digger. You take my money. I mean, this is a gold digger and a half. Oh, damn. She wants that Benz. Go buy me a Benz. $264 million. Man, I can't wait to get out of that strike. Whew. Or this, or should I say, relationship, right? The dude, how much does the dude get? Oh, 34 mil, and she gets 264 mil. That ain't right, man. That ain't right. But yeah, man. Whew, this is a gold digger. Anyway, what do we got here? Everything expires this week. We talked about that. So we'll see how it plays out. I didn't do... we got negative synthetic, so I'm not going to do the math on that. It's just going to be ugly. But anyway, the value of TSLY is 1.1 bill. The NAV is 13.75. Trade price 13.76. Okay? 1 cent gap. All right? That's a 1 cent gap. Yeah, so that's it. We covered all 5. We covered the 3 the other way. We covered the 2 this way, and we're done. By the way, I am working on something else to completely change how I cover these funds going forward. As much as I hate automation, because it puts me less and less close to the data, I'm working on automating something to make my life a little easier so that I can cover, what's important to you guys that I think is important to you guys, and I can cover it quickly, and I can cover more, hopefully, more funds. So I'm working on something with the help of a subscriber, and hopefully we can get something out soon. But like I said, I'm always going to be covering 1 to 2 funds, like TSLY and Misty. I don't want to give that up. I'd like covering it because you can see how the funds work. So, I would like to keep that. Again, if it goes down to 1 fund, so be it. But as far as you see how I do the holdings coverage, that's okay. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out, and we will get there. So that being said, let's go to the pre-market. I have not even looked at the pre-market. I did not even open the pre-market because I have to go to the freaking office. So this is as of what time? 5:26 a.m. Am I making good time? Not really. All right. On office days, typically I like to be, out of the door sooner than later. But now that it's dark, cold, icy, and the deer, who knows about the deer? It's just never a good time. But anyway, that's why we're trying to retire early, so we don't have to be forced to drive into a freaking office and sit at a desk for 8 to 9 hours, right? When you could do the same job at home. I mean, maybe I should just apply for a fully remote job, right? But even that, I don't know. I'd rather, wake up at my leisure, do anything at my leisure. That's the beauty. You would just want the freedom. I don't mind working, clearly, but it's just a matter of the freedom of choice of what you can do. All right, I want to take off this time. I want to go away. I want to do this, do that. Anyway, enough rambling. I'm not sure how I started rambling on that. But anyway, Tesla is up 0.7%, 397.11. TSLY is up 0.73%, 1386. NVDY is up 1.81%, 142.67. NVDY is up 1.48%, 23.27. COIN is up 0.25%, 264.99. CONY is up 0.27%, 1266. MSTR is down 0.71%, 339. MSTY is down 0.62%, 2897. TSLL is up 1.12%, 2624. TNA is up 0.09%, 4281. AMDY is down, it shows down 2.48%, but it's green, 1024. AMZY is up 0.74%, 1916. Bitcoin, BTC, buy to close. No, Bitcoin. 95,000. It's down 0.79%, 95,700. Right back below that 100K. All right, BitX, it's negative 1.07%, 5380. Sucks all. It's up 1.7%, 3168. SMCI is up 1.19%, 3483. SMCY is up 1.11%, 2734. Palantir is down 1.77%, 6875. Platy is down 0.92%, 6228. TSM is up 0.2%, 211.85. TSMY is up nicely 2.58%, 2030. Mara is down 1.05%, 1887. Man, crypto is nuts. Crypto is freaking nuts. I got to be careful on my options plays. I really got to limit my crypto exposure one at a time. I can't be doing options on two different crypto ETFs or crypto funds or crypto related items. I can't be doing that anymore. And I'm not going to this year. All right. I'm going to be somewhat conservative with a splash of degenerativeness, if that's a word. All right, guys. Anyway, that's a lot. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we will try again tomorrow. Outside of that, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down in the comments below. If you are sad that the YieldMax fund manager closed some of their positions way too early, let me know in the comments. What do you think? What do you think? What do you say? Outside of that, I don't know, man. I'm done. I'm done yapping. I got to get ready for work. So it's keyword time. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the keyword. What is the key word? What's the key word? What's the key word? How about too soon, right? Pretty relative. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, all you have to do is type down below in the comments, too soon. And you can call out a fund manager if you want, Misty fund manager, TSLY fund manager, any other fund manager, because a lot of them probably closed their positions early. But yeah, man, too soon. Too soon. Too soon. So I know it's easier said after the fact than not, because obviously if the market was green yesterday, they'd look like, it looked much better. Let's just say that. But since we are who we are, we're allowed to say whatever the hell we please, right? Give our opinions. But typically a super green day is followed by, even a slight red day. But it was followed by a bam, a big red day. And it turns out we should not have rushed anything. But like I said, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Enough with that. Stop living in the past. But for now, we will not. We will say too soon. That's the key word. And I'm done. So I just want to say thank you for watching. And I hope everyone has a great day. And we shall talk tomorrow. I may or may not do a commute video. I got to see how I feel. All right. Later.